Hey, how y'all doing?
Do you realize who I called you? Everything, yeah. You're complete. You're mine. I call you son. You're mine.
This is what the Lord saying.
You are righteous and victorious. Called to heal the sick and raise the dead. I know who you are. You have power. You're more than a conqueror. Nothing can stand up against you, but only by the blood. You are righteous and victorious. Called to heal the sick and raise the dead. I know who you are. You have power. You're more than a conqueror. Nothing can stand up against you. I'm only by the blood. Say you were created.
I was created
To look like
to
me.
look like
You
Him.
were created.
I was created
To talk like
to talk
me.
like
Say you
Him.
were created.
I was created
To walk like
to walk
me.
like
You
Him.
were created.
I was created
To be like me. Say you were created. To look like me. You were created. To talk like me.
This is who we was
You
created.
were created. To walk like me. You were created. To be like me. Say you were created. To look like me. And you were created. To talk like me. You were created. To walk like me. You were created. To be like me. Say to be like me. To be like me. To be like me. I know who you are. To be like me. To be like me. To be like me. Lord, I realize who you've called me to be. Everything you are, I am completely. I'm
I am
yours.
yours.
You
You
call me son, I am yours.
Yes, yes, and yes, yes, yes. Yes. And that has to be the posture of our hearts. That has to be the desires of our hearts. The desire. The only desire. To live in that place of presence. Ooh-wee. Where everything you do and every step you take and every move you make, every communication you make, all of that is like predicated on kingdom. Like in real life, look. We got to, people, let me say humans. Everybody that comes into our circumference, everyone that comes into your orbit are coming, they're either in one of three categories. There are propellers, people who push you to your next level, and, people who, so pour into you in a positive manner. And then those are people you want to have around you, like all the time. Now, there are maintainers. Maintainers are people who they're not going no further and they're not digressing. They are, they just chilling. They all right. They okay in life. They not trying to do nothing extra. Maintainers. They all right to be around sometimes, because you don't always have that drive all the time. You don't always have that passion for purpose, because sometimes when them hits come, they be like, hold up, swole up, let me catch my breath. You know what I'm talking about? So it's okay to have a maintainer. Okay, sometimes. Drainers, them boogers you want to run from like a pit bull bite. Drainers, people that sap all of the very life out your energy, bank. Them the kind of people you want to get the hell from right. Look, give me 50 feet. Nope, give me 550 feet because I don't, no, we don't need none of you over here. You know what I'm talking about? You can, bless them every time if the Lord tell you to, but, get around them. You don't need no drainers in this season. God, there is it's a war going on in the heavenlies. Ooh, there is a war going on in the heavenlies and in the earth. And we don't have time to be caught between two opinions. We don't have time to be confused. We don't have time to even have an emotion about all of the things that's going on and transpiring in the earth realm. There is a lot, it's a lot that can be said. It's a lot that I choose, I be trying to be cool on because the way I might say it out and slung it off my tongue might be a little harsh. And, some other people that's more, manicured. Could bring it out, in a more palatable way, to where it won't cut you. I don't know all I know is, I don't know no way to sugarcoat stuff. I ain't even built like that. But, we have to be mindful about those that we allow into our orbits or our circumference or who we give credence to our ear to. Because, the way my mind's set up these days in this hour and because of what I see the Lord doing in the earth realm for his people, for his remnant, everybody that come around, like, yo, who sent you? Humandia Sabaya. Who sent you? What do you want? Are you an agent of the kingdom or are you an agent for Satan? See, here's the thing. A lot of people that, that's going, you're not a human. It's a lot of folk, you don't know what side of the pendulum they swinging from. Because, you got some folk that's, playing both sides of the middle. So there is, your trust bank is like, yo, I don't know. We have to be careful who we allow in our circumference, in our orbits, in our spirits, in our minds. Like people like these days, folk living in folk head rent free, living in folk heart rent free for like what? Yeah, you got the peace that God gave me. I ain't finna let folk just live rent free up in my head. And for sure not in my heart. My cutoff game so strong, y'all. I will bounce on you. Sometimes just to regain my peace. Because a lot of times the Lord will cause us to walk in, the darkness. Only that we may share the light that God has instilled in us in the midst of the darkness. Only that our light may shine in the midst of the darkness. And, we got to be okay with that sometimes. Sometimes he'll have you in the midst of the whole, them boogers like Jehoshaphat, like, yo, them armies was like, they didn't like each other. But they came together to conspire against Joe. Now let me tell you people, you humans, because, the Nephilim know better. You cannot conspire with anybody against the chosen of God, God's elect, his chosen, and win. I'm going to need y'all to get that out your head. I don't care all the little witchamajiggery and the little fairy dust and the stuff y'all be slung. Go get your money back. Because God has covered his chosen generation. He has covered his remnant. He has covered the chosen ones, the ones that ain't scared. The ones that ain't bought. Yeah, them. The ones that ain't, bought, by the almighty dollar and houses, cars, land, and the man. He has covered those who, name the name of Christ. The name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Name the name of Yahweh. In spirit and in truth. He has covered us. So, though you're going to have individuals that may try to come into your orbit, you got to decipher what arena they're coming at you from and who sent them. A propeller, you're going to want to have a propeller around you. Somebody that's going to help to push you. Maintainers, they all right sometimes. But them drainers, them boogers, you got to loose you up from folk that's not going to propel you to go forward into your next and not push you to be the best you. Yeah. They ain't trying to, you can't have folk on your boat drilling holes. I can't say it no clearer than that. We trying to get to out there in the show. We trying to get into the deep water. So we got to come up off this little raft and get up. We trying to go get to the yacht. Yeah, we trying to get there. You know what I'm talking about? We trying to get to the Titanic. You know what I'm talking about? The boat that they said will never sink. We trying to get out there. But not that one because, it sunk. But we trying to get to the kingdom, the one of the kingdom. And we got, on this little raft trying to get through the waves to the current. On the way to the next, to the next boat. The next ship. And you got folk on your boat drilling holes and because of your love language, because you love so hard, and you just got to have people in your midst. You got folk that be on the boat drilling holes. That's why it's good sometimes to walk alone. Baby. It's okay to walk alone sometimes, sugar. Because sometimes the assignments that we have, you can't really have nobody around you because it's hard to trust people. For what God has instilled in some of us, some of the stuff that we carrying is like, what? Like, who can you trust with this type of intel, God? And look, I'm thinking anything like me. Like, why are you telling me that, Lord? Because I slung it out there. But you have wisdom even in that. So, be mindful, chosen remnant, the ecclesia, the sons of Issachar. Be mindful, repairers of the breach. Be mindful of who you allow on the boat. You cannot, absolutely cannot afford to have folk on the boat drilling holes. We can't afford it. It's too much at stake. Too many souls. Too many souls at stake. Too many souls out here hanging in the balance. And, it's like we out here playing with people's lives. Folk is out here playing with people's lives. Folk is out here playing games. With people's lives. Folk just don't want to be honest, and folk just don't want to just be straight up, real, raw, and uncut to save folks' souls. And now is the time to be in a soul-saving mode, a soul-saving mentality, because it's real out here in the battlefield. And people is dying every day. People is dying every day. People is dying every day. People is dying that ain't never died before. What do you mean? People are dying every day that have never died to themselves so that Christ can reign and live in them while they're on the earth. So in order that we may bring heaven to earth, even as it is in heaven. Whew. And it's, it's hard to do, when you got folk, working for the adversary intentionally and unintentionally. That's why people I be laughing at folk, because I ain't got time. Because if I laugh at folk, and I laugh because sometimes I know me. I know where I come from. And I know not to allow myself to get angry and emotional about a matter, because I'm from the south side of the kingdom in real life, for real. And sugar, I need Jesus every day, all day, in between time, in the meantime, in between time, and all of that. Yeah. So, that's why I laugh at folk. I laugh at the enemy. And that's what we got to do right now. We got to laugh at that fool because he's stupid. There's people doing what they doing. They got all kind of stuff popping off all over the world, and folks is like, in the boob tube with their face, buried in TV, watching all of the stuff transpire. It's not really stuff, it's just stuff that's happening. It ain't really, yeah. Everything is inside it, literally. And we can't see the forest for the trees because our emotions are attached to whatever is being distributed and displayed in front of us. And though things are happening and situations are happening and stuff popping off all over the world, we can't afford to have an emotion. Emotions are gauges, they're not guides. So we can't afford to have an emotion. If you literally paid attention to everything that's going on in the world, you'll be an emotional roller coaster for all the stuff that's going on. Because it's a lot that's going on. Right? I just lost my favorite aunt. Literally. Like yesterday. Like, I come home from church and I've been 3-4 services just chilling, loving on the Lord, and I come home and I get whoa, tea gone. Favorite tea. I gotta, suck it up. Not in a uncompassionate way, but people is dying every day. You don't have time to form an emotion because our emotions has been like waves tossed and driven by everything that's being distributed and displayed. We got to stay in a place of praise in the midst of the storms, in the midst of everything that's going on, in the midst of the situations and circumstances and the flipping people that's working in whatever measure that they're working in. Easier said than done. Yeah. But it's doable. Like, all my life I had to fight. All my life I've had to be in survival mode. All my life, people think, not that I care what people think now. Let's get that straight. Don't never get it twisted. That I'm a arrogant individual or, whatever they think. I'm the most humble person you want to meet. Cool, calm, and collected. Funny, But when it comes to the things of the kingdom, your girl ain't it's like the Lord rise up in me. That'd be somebody. Umaria is somebody else. I let him do it. Because I'm not in myself, I'm nothing. So nothing without him. So there are things that he would like, he gonna address, and it's like, and it might not, I guess he allowed me to be, because he know I'm gonna just let him say what he's saying. It's just gonna roll out how he said to me. I ain't finna try to pick no words. I'm just gonna let him say. Yo, because we've been trained and groomed in this earth realm by this earth realm forever. And God so loved the world, the systems of this world, that he gave, us Jesus, in which we trying to outstem out of everything. Can't you see? 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 Christianity is like a thing of the past to some folk. But you better have him all up in your loins, in the middle of the wheel in the middle of the wheel. And the book is right now over there, and over there, and over there. You can't even have the book around. People getting killed for the gospel. Y'all don't think that's on the way over here sometime? Hope don't come soon, because I ain't, it's going on. Well, a page from that book is going to be worth a folks' life. And the world is trying to push us farther and farther away from it. From the kingdom, from kingdom principles, from kingdom living, from kingdom morals, like godly morals. That's all, It's so much that them folks is trying to do. And God is like, yo, hold up, swole up. This ain't y'all segment of the show. Y'all lost that. That's why it's so much going on all over, because the enemy know, he done been found out. His job is to keep us, spinning on this wheel, hamster wheel, trying to figure out what they doing. And when they literally telling us what they doing, in the midst of telling us what they doing. If you peep the signs. But if they could keep us blinded and divided by whatever we divided by. I had an opportunity yesterday to visit my the first ministry I ever went to, where I began to walk in who I am. And the Lord began to show me who I was, where I was, where I first came from. I had an opportunity to go there, and it blessed me because there was an integrated congregation. And the Lord is breaking down racial barriers in the kingdom. He's tearing that down where we can become together and worship God on one accord, with God being the center focus and Christ being the main objective, and Christ being glorified in the midst of us. And it was a blessing, it was a blessing to see, the old family and, and love on the people and all of that. But it was more of a blessing to see the integration. See, there's no more segregation in the kingdom of God. God ain't segregated. The kingdom of God, it should not be divided. Excuse me, yet we, humans, divided every day. You got cliques in church, and this in church, and that in church, and this in church, and that in church. I just want to worship God and, advance the kingdom and win souls and build the kingdom. I ain't into all of that other stuff. I don't care about all that. I don't want the people's minds and hearts and souls to be set free, that they may know and walk in who they are. Like the psalmist said at the beginning of the video. Do you realize who I've called you to be? Everything I am, you are completely. You are mine. I call you son. You are mine. He calls us son. We are sons of God, and we should govern ourselves accordingly. God don't see color. God don't see religion. God don't see political party. God don't see none of that outside of our souls, our very hearts. It is the matters of the heart that matters to God, and that has to be, everything else is futile. Everything else is futile. All that with the fortune, the fame, and the this and the that and the this. Y'all could miss me with that. Y'all, and y'all knows as hell. You got it. Y'all, there are literally like paparazzi out there, even for people, little old me kind of people. That's crazy as hell. So it's like, who can you trust? Who can you trust with the nuggets and the with the assignment that God has given? Who can you trust that's going to understand who you are, how you are, could take you at 100 proof? Besides God out here in these streets. Because everybody got an agenda. That's why you have to ask, I'm going back to the top, who sent you? Did God send you? Or did Satan send you? And folk gotta, you gotta be on a waiting list for, folk be trying to find out all your business, and folk is something. And if you know me, and don't lie, people know my name, but they don't know who I am. They don't really know me. They ain't got a clue. You can't case me. And I'm as private as, my life is very private. You will never know nothing about me unless I told you. And if I tell you, it's a reason for me telling you. I don't put my business out there in the streets. Period. And you can think what you want. I will let you think what you want to think. Don't never get it twisted. The Lord ain't never sleep on nothing. He see everything. He act crazy on purpose. I act crazy. I've been doing that for years. I act like I don't be knowing what the hell be going on, but I be knowing exactly what the hell be going on. I don't get caught up in what the Lord ain't told me to get caught up in. I don't give credence to, unless the Lord been dealing with me on a certain matter. I ain't got time. And things that I post are things that the Lord has been dealing with me on for years. And I never could understand why these type of things were coming, but everything is coming clearer to me now. Everything is becoming clearer to me now. That's why I'm very careful about who I allow in my circumference, in my orbit. Anybody that come in my life, look, who sent you? I'm looking at your side eye. I'm going to love on you because that's who I am. But I'm going to, it's going to always be a question mark in my head. Like, okay, who sent you? Because y'all hear what you're saying, but who sent you? We have to be careful. I know who you are. More than a conqueror. I hope I said something that you might have understood. I can't go back and, because he was talking, I don't know what all he was saying. But I love y'all. Be careful who you allow in your circumference, who you allow in your orbit. Vet everybody. I don't give a flying flip who they are, what position they hold, what their name is. Vet them in the spirit of a thing. Because everything that look good ain't good, sugar. Everything that looks solid ain't solid. Everything that say Jesus ain't kingdom. And everything that say kingdom ain't really kingdom, because you got to decipher which kingdom they operating from. In the background, you hear Ariel Anderson. You are mine. God says we are his. I am his. We are his. We was created to be like God. That's the mission. Everything else is obsolete and futile, meaningless. You've tuned in to Straight Up Real Spill with Lady D, the Truth Seeker. One love. It's only one love. The kingdom of God in heaven. Straight up. Blessings, favor, strength, peace of God that surpasses all understanding.